Hello everybody, this is Miss Blanton back with a fifth video in our video series for the STAAR review. This is the 6th grade math STAAR review. Our last video we talked about multiplying and dividing fractions, which was part of 6.3e, and today, now we're going to be talking about decimals. And we're really today just going to focus on multiplying. Okay, so a couple clue words to start. For if you see a word problem, a couple clue words for decimals are of, that's a clue word, like what is half of 5. Okay, another clue word would be each. So that's just good to know. If you're reading a word problem and you come across these, it kind of clues you in that, hey, I'm probably going to be multiplying. So let's just get started. If I have 45 cents and I want to multiply that times 3, I wonder what does that equal? So my first step in multiplying decimals, the first clue is that you need to stack your numbers. When you're stacking your numbers, you want to make sure that they are all right justified. And I'll show you what that means. So that means that we want to right justify. So we want all the numbers to line up on the right side. So here we go. So I have 0.45 times 3. You see right here how I right justified everything. So you just want to line up the last digits together. Okay. Then we're just going to multiply like normal. Okay, multiply. So we're really not concerned with the decimal at this point. We're just going to multiply. So 3 times 5 gives me 15, carry the 1, drop the 5. 3 times 4 gets 12, plus 1 is 13. So carry the 1, drop the 3. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Now is when we're going to bring back the decimal. So very last thing is you want to put the decimal back in. Back in your answer. Now, do we just put it anywhere? No, we can't just find a fun spot to put it in. We just count how many decimal places there were in the problem. So here I've got 1, 2 decimal places. So I'm going to start at the end. I'm going to go 1, 2 decimal places, and it's going to go right there. So now our answer to 45 cents times 3 would be $1.35. Okay, let's say you're given this problem. I want to know what is half of 3.15. So you say, what is half of 3.15? Well, half, if you get a fraction, I highly recommend you just turn this into a decimal. Okay, because you want them all to be the same. They all need to be fractions, they all need to be decimals. So I recommend turn these guys into decimals. Now, if it's one of your benchmarks, you should easily be able to know it. If it's not a benchmark, just divide the numerator divided by the denominator, and then you'll be able to get it into decimal. Just like we talked about in the previous videos where we talked about the FDP, the fraction decimals percents conversion. So we know from our benchmarks that 1/2 is 0.5. Of, that's one of our clue words, is multiply, and then we have 3.15. So I want to know, what does that equal? Well, first thing in the directions is we stack our numbers. So I like to put the number with the most digits first. So 3.15 times 0.5. Now I don't line the decimals up. Remember, we have to write justify. That's very, 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 very important. So sometimes I like to just write my number backwards. So I'll start with the 5 and then I'll add that decimal in. Okay, so right here, see, we're all nice and right justified. Okay, now we just multiply. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2, drop the 5. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 gets me 7. 5 times 3 is 15. Now, am I done? 1,575? I don't think so. I would not be surprised if they try to trick you and leave this as an answer, but we're not done yet. Last thing we have to do is we have to put our decimal back in our answer. So I'm going to look up here and see how many decimal places there were. In the first number, we had 2 decimal places. And the second number, we had 1. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So that decimal is going to go right there. So now our answer is 1.575. And there you go. That is multiplying decimals in a nutshell. Good luck on the STAAR test. And don't forget to watch my other videos. We will continue on. We've got 5 more videos left in our series.